Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a very good evening right here from Kenya's capital. I'm talking about Nairobi Metropolitan. My name is Faisal, Kassim, and welcome to Live World Talk. Yet another eventful week. But before that, I beg to ask for your forgiveness and beg your pardon, please, because we started our show a bit late. This is because of some technical issues. Of course, as Swahili would say, hitilafu ya kimitambo. And as I was saying earlier on, it has been another eventful week right here in Kenya, of course, starting by DCI Kinoti, that is Director of Criminal Investigation, coming out and announcing that they are reopening some of these files because we have some new evidences. And of course, it led to the following day, we had His Excellency the President, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, coming up and starting off this signature collection process of the Building Bridges Initiative. This is after we've had a number of organizations and institutions coming out to oppose the bill, the Building Bridges Initiative. But that aside, coronavirus second wave is on a peak, and the ravaging effect of it is felt in every field and space. Talk of health-wise, which is the main, talk of economic-wise, talk of education-wise, and the list goes on. And that's why tonight, to look at one of the solutions, because we've been talking about the problem and the problems all along. But what are some of the solutions that could come? And we couldn't have a better solution than a Sacco, than a facility, than a platform where you could actually have a better financial planning. And this is the first Sharia compliant institutions for as far as finances is concerned. Of course, more information about this is going to be captured on their website. And I'm talking about Sacco. Tonight, we are with Dr. Ahmed Yusuf, who's a founding member and the chairperson of Sacco. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Ahmed.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi.
Thank you so much for making time to be with us tonight. And of course, also in studio, we have Sheikh Hussein Mohammed, who is a graduate from the University of Medina, and he is a Sharia board. He is Sharia board member at the Sacco. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Hussein.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, once again for making time to be with us tonight, and welcome to Live World Talk. Dr. Ahmed Yusuf, I'm going to start straight away with you. You are a founding member of the Sacco. What inspired your idea? What made you think of this as a platform or as an initiative for the Muslim community in the country?
Shukran. That question is very important. The inspiration came from the fact that at that time, around 1982, around 1899, there were very many Saccos, and where I was working, there was a Sacco which charged interest. And because I'd employed a lot of Muslims into the organization, they asked me, what can we do so that we escape from this problem of interest Saccos. Our other employees were enjoying loans, but the Muslims were hesitant, and this could not take that facility because of their faith. I said, let us start our own Sacco, interest-free, and used my position to get it registered, and there we got started, alhamdulillah. We were just a few, just about 100 members to start with, but we grew by leaps and bounds until today. We are over 20,000 members.
Wow.
Alhamdulillah.
Wow. Interesting that you mentioned about the interest, right? That other Saccos and other financial setups, of course, benefit from it big time. And truth be told, I mean, we just need to be honest with ourselves. That's why we're calling this the live real talk. We're having a number of Muslims out there who still engage these institutions that, of course, deal with interest. And this is how you come in, Sheikh Hussein. I think we are at that we are not yet at that point where we fully understand the effects of interest. And of course, I know this can take a whole lecture and maybe a whole course in the university, but maybe would you mind just expounding a little bit on the negative effects of interest, of course spiritually and also partly economically as well?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Thank you very much, Brother Kassim, for inviting us here to this talk show. Basically, as we have just mentioned, there is a big problem in our society, and that is the taking of riba, which is called interest. That's why in Taqwa Sacco, the facilities which we offer, it is Islamically permissible. So us at the Sharia level, I say us because we are a number of 4 individuals who ensure that the activities of the taqwa is in adherence with the Islamic law. Like you mentioned, there's a big problem of taking interest among Muslims. And as Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned in the Quran, Allah says, يَمْحَقُ اللَّهُ الرِّبَى وَيُرْبِي صَدَقَاتِ. That is basically saying Allah destroys every wealth which is obtained in a means of riba activities. وَيُرْبِي صَدَقَاتِ. And on the other hand, Allah makes sadaqah, He gives it its blessing, and the person who is doing sadaqah, he gets enough barakah in his wealth. And that's the idea basically of engaging in facilities which are Islamically permissible. Wallahu a'lam.
How do you then make profit? And that is Dr. Ahmed Yusuf. How do you then make profit as an institution, as the founding, as management? One, how do you make profits from that? Secondly, how are you able to run the expenses in the office without engaging in interest activities?
Let us take the first question about profit.
Yeah.
Basically, we are a non-profit making organization. We issue loans which are free, Qarz Hasan, and the loanees don't pay any interest at all. This is different from other Saccos, which take interest and they make a profit out of that and they give dividends. We don't do that. What we do is that we make our budget for the year, and then in the budget there are expenses. And in fact, it's very interesting. When we started this organization, we did not have any expenses at all, because all of us were volunteers, and we worked from our own offices. We didn't have any employees at all, and we operated in that way. But as we grew, then we could not manage to service the organization and our members from our own offices, because the work was becoming heavier and heavier. So we started with 1 employee, and this employee had to be paid. This employee did not have an office to start with. It's just like now with coronavirus, working from home. We managed to go on like that until we found that again we did have to have an office. And we started with a very, very small office which we were sharing with some other organizations. And the expenses to pay that 1 employee and the office were eroding our savings. So we had to think of a model of how to go about it without riba. And we consulted with our members and the sheikhs, and we came up with the idea that our members should pay an administration fee, something like a membership fee. And we started with 200 shillings, and every member agreed to pay that. And that is how we started getting our small income to pay our expenses. And the only major expenses were our employee, one employee, the small office that this employee was operating from, a bit of stationery, and we of course had to cut down on our expenses dramatically. As we were going on, we found that we had to charge another fee, which is a small loan administrative fee, so that the members who are benefiting from the loans, as different from the members who are not taking any loans, there can be a difference.
Interesting. In that case then, what does a member benefit, right? Because there are no dividends, because there are no interests, right? Conventional Saccos, ideally, how would they operate is that maybe they would get money from members, invest in something, and then from that members would benefit, correct? And maybe add even something more than that. Of course, it's going to accumulate interest, just like any other financial institution, maybe banks and everything, right? In this case, then, what does a member stand to benefit if he's not looking at dividends and there are no interest per se?
So basically, members take loans to improve their lives. They educate their kids. They take loans to educate themselves. They take loans to open up businesses or to improve their businesses. They also take loans to buy plots. They take loans to buy homes. And if you talk to any of our members, in fact, they will tell you that they have benefited tremendously because their lives have improved a lot because of these loans, which are free. There's no interest. They don't accumulate any interest like in other Saccos or other banks. But we went even further than that, and we started a scheme for buying plots, subdividing the plots and selling to our members very cheaply at cost price.
Interesting.
The members are benefiting from those plots. And later on, maybe I can explain to you that we have also gone into conventional Islamic banking.
Wow, nice. I'll be very much interested to know about that. But again, you mentioned something that I'd also want Sheikh Hussein Muhammad to come in and clarify, because he spoke and touched on interest and how bad interest can be. But there is argument about the thin line between what you just mentioned, Sheikh Ahmed Yusuf, Dr. Ahmed Yusuf. I hope I haven't misquoted you. You said about loan administrative fees, correct?
Exactly.
Exactly. So we're going to need to expand a little bit much more on that, just so as to clear the air and know that this might not be the same as the interest that's being charged in the conventional setups. But Sheikh Hussein Mohammed, I'm going to just ask you to hold on that thought, because we need to pay our bills. There's an advert coming up. We need to pay those bills. I mean, hizo ndo zinatulipa mshahara hapa Horizon. Yeah, so I think let's have this advert on a very short break, and then we come back and continue the show.
the next episode.
The principal relationship that we should be having with God is worship. Am I justified to conclude this way?
Man is a worshipful creature.
How do we worship God?
Whether we jump, whether we shout, whether we put our heads down. So basically we have many ways of demonstrating it.
It is very possible for me to worship internet, such that if it is my time to pray, I don't pray because there is this new game, this new PlayStation that has come and I must finish. The human mind, and more so men, are visual creatures. And if there is this beautiful girl wearing a miniskirt and she's the one who is having a microphone, will pollute the minds of very many people. She is purporting to lead to God through praise and worship.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
Uislamu ambao ni maarufu kwetu sisi ni Uislamu ambao ulioletwa na Bwana Mtume sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Ni risala alotuachia mtume wetu mtukufu yenye kutuongoza kwenye njia ya kumridhisha Muumba na kujenga imani zetu.
Na risala hii haikuletwa ila kwa mtume wa mwisho vile vile ambaye ni Mtume Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
Ni mirathi ya mitume inayotupa mwelekeo kwenye dini ya Kiislamu. Ungana na Sheikh Saad Ahmed upate kufahamu ujumbe alotuachia mtume wetu sallallahu alayhi wasallam kila siku ya Alhamisi kwenye Horizon TV.
Tazama ukumbi wa fiqhi kwenye Horizon TV. Halal, haram, sunna, wajib, makruh, mubah, ili upate kujua ahkam za ibada kwenye Horizon TV.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back. Thank you so much to the managers of Tumbo for your countdown there. We are talking about Sacco. Of course, we've said one of the ravaging effects of coronavirus is the financial implications, the economic implications. A number of people have lost their jobs. A number of businesses have closed down, all because of this pandemic. Economy has been seriously affected. But again, we shall not continue to cry over spilt milk. I mean, it's already spilled. So one of the possible solutions we are talking about here tonight on Live Real Talk, and it's about the attitude and the culture of saving. What is a better institution to save with other than that which is offering you, a beloved viewer, a platform where you can save your money and you can take loans that are zero interest, interest-free, totally interest-free. And with me in studio, I'm having Dr. Ahmed Yusuf, who's a founding member and the current chairman of Sacco. And of course, we have the Sharia board member, who is Sheikh Hussein Muhammad. And just before we went for a break, we were talking about the difference between the service, the loan service fee and the interest. Some people may argue that, you know what, ultimately, this interest and the service fee, it's more or less one and the same thing. Of course, that's the grapevine on the streets there. It's more or less one and the same thing, but just different terminologies. And I was just asking Sheikh Hussein Muhammad, Sheikh Hussein, was there a difference between the two, or is it the same thing with different names?
Yes, thank you very much, Brother Faisal. Let me just give you a quick example. Let's say basically, Brother Faisal, let's say you're not doing very well according to the economy. You come to me and you need a loan, basically, let's say 10,000 Kenya shillings. And I tell you, Brother Faisal, you'll pay me this 10,000 Kenya shillings in exact amount without adding anything on top of it, and you pay me at a later date. This is what is called in Islam as Qard al-Hasan. Basically, I just helped you. And if you help your Muslim brother or any other human being, Allah Azza wa Jal will definitely help you. That's the main difference between the Taqwa Sacco and the other conventional Saccos. And another example, if you come to me, you need a loan of, let's say, 10,000 Kenya shillings. And I tell you, when you repay the amount, let's say after 1 year or after 1 month or after 2 months, and I tell you, you must pay something on top of it. As in this case, maybe I tell you, you add like 5,000 on top of it. That 5,000 is what is called riba. I think that is well understood, and that is what we as Taqwa Sacco are trying very much to help the members who are both Muslims and non-Muslims to lead a fully balanced life, and then they can help other human beings.
Interesting enough. But I assume, according to what Dr. Ahmed Yusuf said, that you have to pay a loan service fee. Dr. Ahmed Yusuf, what's the percentage given, for example, I'm taking a loan of 50,000, for example. What's the service fee?
The service fee is very, very small, and it is paid once only. You know, with interest, you pay every month or every year, and it accumulates, and you
What's
pay.
the percentage of this service fee?
It's 0.01.
0.01%?
Yeah, it's very, very small. It's a small amount you pay, and it is calculated at a very, very small amount.
That still is an extra money paid?
It's an extra money, but it is calculated on the basis of the work which is done to process your loan. Because as you had asked me before, how do we pay the expenses? There are people who have who worked to service that loan. There is stationery, there is equipment, and so on and so forth. So to pay off those expenses, that amount is paid once at the beginning of taking the loan. And if you take a 3-year loan, for example, you don't pay anything else.
So, Sheikh Hussein, I need to understand. So this is nowhere close to interest, over and above it being an extra fee?
Yes, basically, as the chairman said, the processing fee, it does not benefit the Taqwa Sacco in any other way. As in, it doesn't generate profit from the processing fees. That the income generated from the processing fees, it is used to pay the, let's say, the office rent and the stationaries, something of the sort. I think now you understand more clearly.
I understand, 100%. I've been understanding. So this should go out to a number of people who have been having doubts about the whole institution in terms of how money is coming in and the basis of this service fee. Now, how does the membership look like, Dr. Ahmed Yusuf? Is it exclusively for Muslims?
No, our membership is open to Muslims and non-Muslims. In fact, we have quite a number of non-Muslims who are members, and they are benefiting from our services, which are open for anybody who is over 18, and there is also a children's account. So children can also save, and it's open for everybody.
And what's the threshold, for example, until someone qualifies to take a loan? What's the threshold? Until after how many years must he be a saving member, or up to what amount must he qualify for him to qualify to get a loan from the institution?
You see, Taqwa is like a group, and we pull our resources together to help each other. So you have to have a membership fee, and it's 1,000 shillings. We started with a membership fee of 100 shillings, and now it's gone to 1,000 because of the changing times. Once you become a member, then you have to keep saving, because we are a savings and credit society. So we encourage our members to save first, not just to come put a few thousand shillings in the organization and then the following day ask for a loan. We want to get the members to have a culture of saving. So a member saves for 12 months and builds up the capacity for saving and the culture for saving. And then after that, they can pay, they can apply for a loan. And it's good because once they have started saving, then they can qualify for a loan that is 3 times their savings.
3 times their savings. Any security needed for this loan?
As far as the Sacco, basic Sacco loan is concerned, there is no security which is required. However, we require that a member has to ask for another member to guarantee the loan. So you have to have 2 guarantees, and these guarantors are coming from the membership of the organization. And we encourage members to come in groups, workmates, families, so that they can guarantee each other. But as we went on and we started growing, we found that some members were not able to get guarantors, and therefore we applied for this limited authority which is given to Saccos to have a FOSA facility. Now the FOSA facility operates different from what we have been talking about, which is the BOSA facility. The FOSA facility is like a conventional Islamic bank, where you have you can apply for a loan to buy a house, to buy a car, to buy to improve your business, but you have to put a title deed, a logbook, that kind of security. Now, so we're actually operating in 2 modes. There is the BOSA mode, which is what we have been talking about since the beginning, where the loans are free, and you don't pay any interest or there's no profit. The loans are completely free. And there is the FOSA mode, where we have been licensed to operate like a bank, where you can deposit money and withdraw money, and you can apply for a loan based on the security that you provide. And this one is open to members and non-members. Other Muslims can benefit. We've got a banking hall where you can go open an account, a current account, a saving account, and if you require a loan, you can easily apply for that loan on the basis of what security you provide. And we have also gone further, and we have now we now have the facility of banking through your telephone, so that you don't have to mobile banking. You don't have to come to the banking hall. And mobile banking you can use to operate your account from whichever part of the country you are in. And these 2 are related, because the FOSA and the BOSA are related. So you can even save money for your the BOSA side of the Sacco, without even coming to your bank. You can operate remotely, and this has enabled us to have members from all over the country without any problem at all. Alhamdulillah.
That's quite eye-opening. Sheikh Hussein, from how it appears, I think we are having a problem for as far as awareness is concerned, because honestly speaking, for as much as you are offering all these amazing offers and services, this information is still not yet outside there. And if anything, the information that's outside there, people are still hesitant to sign up for beg your pardon, such Islamic institutions, for fear of course, lack of awareness. Some fear that there is still some interest involved, or there is a lot of hidden charges. Maybe that might be there. So, Sheikh Hussein, I don't know, what are you doing at the institution level to make sure that enough awareness is created for as far as these services are concerned?
Yes, it's true what you have said. There is lack of awareness because what taqwa offers, I think, is basically acceptable according to Islam. And another thing I want to add on is we offer our members, we train them on how to pay their zakah. That is basically if they save with the taqwa and they save and their money reaches the nisab, which is the required amount you're supposed to have in order to pay your zakah. And if you surpass this amount, we train them and we tell them the benefits of paying their zakah on time. That is another issue I think people don't know about Taqwa Sacco. And we have our Facebook page. I think it is creating a lot of awareness. If you're out there, you can go to the Taqwa Facebook page and you can find our products there. And I think you will be overwhelmed on how it is useful to the Muslims and non-Muslims as well.
Interesting. Thank you so much. Dr. Ahmed Yusuf, as we are wrapping up this conversation, where are you located? And you've already spoken about the statutory fee, the registration of 1,000 shillings, right? And you didn't mention about the packages, levels of saving, and how does someone go about savings and everything?
Let me answer the first question of where we're located. Mm-hmm. We have two offices. Our original office is in the 3rd floor of Jamia Mall. Mm-hmm. And when we opened the banking section, we located on the ground floor mm-hmm. of the same building. We are just at the corner of the mall. Very, very strategically placed. Mm-hmm. And to add to what Brother Hussein has said, the website is very, very, very informative, and anyone can open the website and find the services that we offer. And on the side of publicizing our services, well, here we are. This is HorizonTV. It's national, and it is watched, in fact, all over the world. So those people who are watching now, they can find out what we are all about. And in fact, I hope that they will open our website and find more information. Mm-hmm. And join us, because we want, as members, as many Muslims to benefit from this facility as possible. We are growing at about 30% every year, both in the side of our assets. Now we have reached over $1 billion. In fact, we are at 1.3 billion in our assets, and our membership is also growing as fast. And you know, Bana Faisal, no. The best way of growing is kizuri kinajiuza.
Yes. Yeah.
Sindio bana?
True that.
So by word of mouth, we are spreading very, very fast, and we are all over the country.
Mm-hmm. MashaAllah. Still, I think still more can be done, and we're looking into more activations, more partnerships, inshallah. That we'll see Taqwa Sacco outside the Sheikh Hussein, maybe on your end, in terms of awareness creation, any symposiums, any conferences coming in, any lectures coming out, What exactly should we expect to see from Sacco in this coming few days for as far as awareness is concerned?
Yeah, basically we have our annual education day, which I think it was held just here, Jamia Multipurpose Hall. I think we invite all the members and even non-members to come and see what Sacco is all about. And we advise them on our operations and see if they can be, if they can come on board and join us.
Interesting.
And something else I want to say,
No.
I think very many Muslims, they think Islam is just praying and reading Quran. Islam is way broader than that. Islam is how you live your day-to-day life, your activities. Is it halal or is it haram? This all is Islam. So I think my parting shot is to my fellow Muslims, we should look on how we live our lives on a day-to-day basis. Is it on the way of Allah and His Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, or is it against it? Allahu a'lam.
Well, thank you so much.
I can add to that.
Your parting shot.
I can add to that that during the COVID, when this COVID started during the beginning of the year, around March there, we continued operating, and we were offering to our members emergency loans. Those members who had sick relatives, who had problems of paying fees, who had problems of in their daily lives, they could easily come and get emergency loans. And emergency loans are very easy to get. You apply and you get it very, very fast, so that if it is a medical case, you can get help there. I would also like to ask my brother and sister Muslims not to look inwards, to think big. And as my brother said, Islam is a way of life, and you should just go and pray and think that you're a good Muslim. You need to do better than that. You need to open up, improve your life here on earth, and help your fellow beings. And Taqwa Sacco is well on the way of helping Muslims to do that.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Sheikh Hussein Mohammed, and thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed Yusuf, for your amazing insights on this financial situation. And Sheikh Hussein Mohammed, I'm going to give you like a brief, I don't know, 30 seconds to 1 minute to give us a dua or parting shot again.
Just to finish, first of all, before the dua, after the show, I think we'll hijack you and you become a member right away. Wallahu a'lam. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdik.
Thank you so much, Sheikh Hussein Mohammed. Yeah, I'm gonna be hijacked, guys. You know who to follow. Yeah? He said he's gonna hijack me on a national TV. Anyway, as we're wrapping up the show, we are coming from different backgrounds. We are coming from different environments, and of course, this has shaped our thinking and our perspectives in life. Some people really complain when the glass is half full. They tend to look at the glass like, you know what, that this glass is half empty. Like seriously, it's half empty. Where's the other half? We need to fill. Yet others say, like, you know what, at least we have something in the glass. The glass is half full. So others look at it half empty, others look at it half full. Yet others are grateful that at least we have a glass in the first place. What about you? Where do you stand? Are you from those who will sit on there and keep on wailing and wailing that, you know what, this corona, that corona did this, corona did that? SubhanAllah, it's gotten to a certain extent that everything else now it's being directed back to corona. Maybe you were to do something, you promised someone to do something, and you are in a position to do that. I mean, because Corona came as a scapegoat. You're using that as a scapegoat as well. You know, because of Corona, I cannot do that. So, long story short, is that where do you stand? Are you from the group who are going to see the glass half empty? Are you from the group who are going to see the glass half full and be satisfied? Or are you from the group who are just going to see, at the end of the day, at least you have the glass, and take back your bed cover, your bed sheet, your blanket, and cover yourself and continue sleeping. My math teacher in class 8 taught me that lucky are those who dream dreams and are ready to do anything for their dreams to come true. So every morning, you have a choice to either continue dreaming or wake up to go and make that dream come true. Saccos is offering you that opportunity to help you and achieve your dreams. On that house, on that piece of land, start that business, finish that degree, or start that diploma. Saccos is here for you. I, inshallah, I'm going to be a member for me and my family. What about you? This has been the Love Realtor. I'm Faisal Kassim. Thank you so much for keeping us company. See you next week, same place, same time, as we are tackling some other amazing discussion. See you next week, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.